Hello everyone, I'm very honored after 10 years of training to finally go on a mission to space. California girls, we're so hot and stuff, sprinkles and everything is pink. Hey, I'm Katy Perry. My album's coming out now and I can't wait to dance to it in space. Oh my god, is that what you're wearing? Gross. Gonna go in space and gonna look hot. Might kiss a girl, who knows? Rich people, we all love.
My diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone.
And there's people that are dying.
They are up to doing rich people stuff again. Remember the group of billionaires that decided to go on something called the Titanic and then go into the water and explore the depths of the ocean?
That the crew of the Titan submersible knew they were going to die before the implosion killed 5 people last year.
Billionaires decided to take it in the opposite direction and go up into space, and one of those billionaires is Katy Perry. Yep, the girl with the lollipop. And instead of a lollipop, she took a flower. Girl, get up. Now, I've seen a lot of people very angry at Katy Perry for... But no one has more beef with Katy Perry than Wendy's.
Wendy's has refused to apologize to Katy Perry.
This is the beef that none of us saw coming between Katy Perry and Wendy's.
Astronaut Katy Perry, formerly known as a pop star, is very upset with Wendy's.
It is the oddest, most random thing. Let me tell you, this beef is not frozen. It is juicy. So let's get into why everybody hates Katy Perry. Even a fast food restaurant.
I fucking hate Katy Perry. I hate her.
Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel where we talk a lot about what's going on the internet so you are not scrolling and rotting your brain. And in return, all I do is ask for you to hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment saying, girl, get up. Say that. Get off your knee. This is embarrassing. I am so out of the loop when it comes to celebrities, and I had no idea that many people had a problem with Katy Perry. And this scales all the way back to one of her songs, I Kissed a Girl. In my time, at least in my head, I thought everybody was dancing to that song and kissing girls and just fine. But now in 2025, I guess a lot of people have an issue with it, saying that Katy Perry is making a mockery of bisexuality.
And I've kissed my friend before. She's awesome.
Now, I'm not going to fight on and try to speculate whether she kissed a girl and liked it or kissed a girl just to please everybody else and be quirky.
You did kiss a girl and you like it.
I mean, I think that girls are beautiful creatures.
But her largest critique would be her work with Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke and Katy Perry would work on a variety of projects together, like A Teenage Dream, California Girl, A Last Friday Night. Now that I'm thinking about those songs, they all literally sound the same. Now, Dr. Luke works with a lot of people. Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, City Girl, someone called Lil Durk. Who is Lil Durk? I am so out of it. Well, soon somebody would come out. That somebody would be Kesha. And Kesha would claim that Dr. Luke touched her inappropriately. Right here, I can't say the word, but we will edit it in a way that you should be able to know what happened.
Kesha was just 18 at the time, and she was trying to make it as a singer, and she had an appearance on Paris Hilton's show, The Simple Life. And that is when the music producer, Lucas Gottwald, aka Dr. Luke, noticed Kesha, heard her demos, and convinced her to sign an exclusive deal with him for 6 albums. Shortly after signing with Dr. Luke, Kesha attended a birthday party for Nikki Hilton at Paris Hilton's mansion. It is there at this party that Kesha alleges that she was given a medication by Dr. Luke, which he called sober pills. She then alleges that she woke up the next morning in Dr. Luke's hotel room and that she knew something had happened, if you catch what I'm saying.
The legal battle between Kesha and Dr. Luke ended with a settlement, meaning there was no trial or formal judgment. But the public opinion was that Kesha was not lying. Beat it up 4 years after, in January, Katy decided, I want to come back. I want to dance around with lollipops again. So you know who she decided to work with? Dr. Luke. And people were pissed. And she had the perfect title for the #1 hit, or at least the #1 track that she wanted to be #1. It didn't get to #1. People hated it and people made fun of it. And I'm reading right here that it says, A Woman's World, the track that aims to be a female empowerment anthem, a la 2010's white feminism. And before it dropped, she has to tease it. And similar to Lizzo, nobody liked it. It was very meme worthy, but in Katy Perry's head, she thought people are gonna love this.
It's a woman's world and you're
So very woman empowerment, very us women are here and you men are just lucky to be here. But people found it very hypocritical that she's talking about feminism and then she's working with the Dr. Luke guy. And then the music video hit.
So if you have not seen the Katy Perry Woman's World music video, it is pretty bad.
Katy Perry seemed to be selling a feminist style song, but even the feminists absolutely hated this. There's peeing, she's ripping off her shirt, now there's boobs being shoved in my face, Trisha Paytas is pulling a truck. What? When was Trisha Paytas in a Katy Perry video? And then people were very weirded out when she started to explain the video and thought, huh, Katy Perry's a little weird.
Very on the nose. It's like, oh, we're not about the male gaze, but we really are about the male gaze.
If you go onto social media, a lot of people will say Katy Perry is insufferable. They just can't handle her. It's just a lot. She's too much.
You go, girl!
I've never really heard her speak, but seeing this, she is kind of a lot.
You were born to shine.
Sir? What? No, you can't have that. You can't have Stitch. Those are my special toys. No, Ruby. Okay, I got a little menace. Katy Perry would go on the Call Me Daddy podcast and talk about her working with Dr. Luke Man again.
Collaborator in particular, I know a lot of people have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album.
I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. The reality is it comes from me. The truth is, I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that. One of the writers, one of the producers. I am speaking from my own experience. Like when I speak about Woman's World, I speak about feeling so empowered now.
And a lot of people were saying, okay, so she said a whole lot of nothing, and it seemed like she was struggling a little bit, like me trying to explain something that I can't explain. And then at the end, she's like, I'm a mom. I had a kid.
As a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs.
And it wasn't going over for people. They didn't like that, and Kesha didn't like it either. So pretty much people were extremely upset with Katy Perry, saying she's not a girl's girl, she's not a feminist, pretty much completely delusional and not connected to society. But nothing would show how disconnected a very rich person like Katy Perry and her friends are until about last week when they went off into space and claims that they were astronauts.
Officially an astronaut.
No, she's not.
Thank you so much. How do you feel?
Not like an astronaut, I'll tell you that, because you're not one.
I feel super connected to love.
See, that's how you know she's not an astronaut, because that's not something they would say when they first come back down from frickin' space.
So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so they were in space for about 11 minutes. That's a SpongeBob episode. Now, I know some people might be saying, Michelle, you didn't go to space. Yeah, I know. I'm not an astronaut and I didn't train to be one. But one person on this expedition did, and that's Amanda Nguyen, the face of a girl who passed her final astronaut exam, mission stimulations, and is launching to space tomorrow. Usually when you go into space, at least what I'm learning here from a quick search on Google, it says it takes minimum 4 years of college, 2 years of a master's degree, 2 years of relevant professional experience, and 2 years of training in the NASA astronaut corps, totaling around 10 whole years. And Katy Perry and friends, all they had to do was whoop, whoop, whoop. That's this. Can you imagine working 10 years? All that schooling, all that work, all those missions that you have to do to prepare yourself. And then a couple feet away, you have Katy Perry shifting back and forth and looking at the rocket.
Yeah, please, perfect.
And then promoting her album.
Yeah.
Tour in 9 days.
Another little check mark showing you're not really an astronaut, because a real astronaut doesn't have time to go on tour because they're going to frickin' space. And so the other celebrity that was on there is Gail, Oprah's best friend.
Gail King, you are officially an astronaut.
I can't even believe what I saw. When somebody calls this a ride, this was not a ride. What happened to us was not a ride. This was a bona fide freaking flight.
And her interviews are something else too.
Space is not an either or, it's a both and. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner.
Okay, I am no environmental expert. I know I'm probably shut up. I have a cell phone, I breathe, I don't know, I most likely am not great at being an environmentalist, but I also don't act like I am. And a lot of people had a very big problem with Katy Perry, Gail, Jeff Bezos' wife was on this, and they were all pretending that you're doing this for Mother Earth. And of course, you know, for you, the little people, the poor people, the peons. But Gail and friends, when they were doing interviews before they launched, were making sure to sell that we are doing this for the greater good, Mother Earth.
Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place.
So a lot of people had a problem with the blue, very tight form-fitting outfits and the hair that's all down, and I have to say, I loved it. Love form-fitting. They did look really good. I didn't have a problem with that. I think it kind of reminds me, honestly, of just a show, a photo shoot for rich people in space.
1, 2, 3, take up space!
So I know this was supposed to motivate me as a woman. This was supposed to say, Michelle, you can do this. You can do anything. But when I saw this, the immediate reaction was, no! Especially you, Jeff Bezos' wife.
I'm like, I don't cry that often. So I didn't expect to be this emotional, but it's also all the love that was in that capsule.
Because that irritates me for some reason that she just gets to go to space because she's Jeff Bezos' wife.
Take up space!
And then to act like this is for me, just say that you wanted to take a little ride to space.
This was not a ride.
You don't have to pretend that this is for the Earth. If I was rich and I wanted to go to space, I would walk up there looking hot as hell, promote my album, and then come back down and go be rich. I would personally love that, but when billionaires try to be humble, it is, what's the word? Weird? And really fake. And a lot of the times I feel like they know that they're being fake and they don't know how to sell it to be better, and they struggle to do it. Especially when they're talking about the sisterhood in space.
They can see the unity that we modeled.
The 11 minutes of unity.
And replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
For who? Who are you making space for?
For the future. Like Gail said, this wasn't a ride.
No, it wasn't. It was a rich people ride. It's different. I feel like only you guys are gonna do this.
It wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one.
See, what was that? What was that speech? What did she say? I'm always so insecure about my public speech, but I could do that. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to make sure people understood about the sisterhood in our 5-minute ride up into Thunder Mountain at Disneyland. Me and all my girlfriends went, and we did it for you. And as I was eating my $8 Rice Krispie treat and staying in a very expensive hotel, I also did it for you to save the environment. It wasn't just a ride, it was a journey.
And it was a supernatural one.
Taking it back to the girl that actually trained to do this, can we take it back to her trying to experience being up in the air? Well, I mean, in the, what is it? Atmosphere? I don't know. In space. She's in space. You're in space. It took you 10 years. And you're trying to take that all in. And what is Katy Perry doing? The whole flower thing was because her daughter wanted her to bring a flower into space, so she made it a whole thing. But we all know she's a good mom, brought a flower into space for her daughter, not for views and to get mom points from the internet. But you know what? It's kind of cute. She wanted, I'm sure her daughter was very excited to see her special flower into space. At least she didn't start singing.
Gayle King has confirmed that Katy Perry did sing in space.
What song did she sing? Anyway, a lot of people are making jokes because the ship that they were in looks like a penis. And I'm gonna have to say, as an adult woman who have seen at least one, kind of looks like one. And I find that very weird, Jeff Bezos. Why'd you do that? Anyway, it was a big thing when they came down. They acted like they were up there for 11 years rather than 11 minutes. Katy Perry stepped out after her 11-minute little escapade and swung her little flower in the air. Dropped down to her knees and kissed the floor because she didn't think she was ever coming home.
I feel super connected to love.
So everybody was very upset by this. Nobody felt inspired by it, but they have been having a really good time making fun of all of these rich people who claim that they did it for us, and they did not take up space. They made space for all of us to also join in on an 11-minute ride to space that will cost us approximately $150,000 deposit, and reports show that the seats on earlier flights have, one was even auctioned off for $28 million in 2021. So, I think they think that we just have $150,000 to $28 million just lying around. So I think personally the funniest thing that came out because of all of this was the absolute hate that Wendy's has towards Katy Perry. She was only up there for like 10 minutes, right? Don't shortchange her. It was 11 minutes. I kissed the ground and I liked it. I like that one. But I think everyone's favorite one was when they said Katy Perry just arrived back from space. She is an astronaut, and Wendy's tweets back saying, "Can we send her back?" And then Kesha followed that one up with a tweet of her just sipping on her Wendy's. So, you know, I thought it was funny. It's not something that really pisses me off, but it is something that makes me say, okay, rich people, just say that you want to go to space. But now I have to go get ready for Disneyland for you. I'm gonna be walking around eating at Goofy's Kitchen just for you. It's not that I'm taking up space. I am making space.
I'm an astronaut, hey.